And we're so excited that we're going to be doing this regularly Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as we start this session with the womenOpreneur Singapore Malaysia Tribe Leaders Program, and my heart is pounding so much because so much of excitement is there here with the women in Singapore and Malaysia coming together, and that too reaching out to global space. And in the mission of educating, empowering, and really enriching the journey of not just women. We are in the womenOpreneur Facebook page as well as the Go Global Business School page. And you can like both of these pages as well and follow us there. And we're going to get into this wonderful conversation with this amazing lady. And she's right now, being a PR and media specialist, she's right now getting into all hands-on, going out there and sharing this awesome Facebook Live to everyone. And if you're watching this, say hello to us. You can ask us questions because today's session is very, very important. Not only Madam Vanitha, I call her Miss Vanitha Krishnasamy, is a PR visionary, a brand storyteller, and a big picture thinker, ideas wizard, and a strategy queen. She's not only that, I know her as a dear, dear friend and partner who has been doing some amazing work in the last 12 years in the PR and the media and events business across Asia and has traveled across the globe as well. She has some fabulous stories for us to learn about what it's like to do business beyond limits. I think that is what we will say. Thank you so much, Miss Vanitha, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Azeeza Jalaludeen. It's been an amazing journey. We've been taking a fabulous journey in the last, I think, 6 weeks. It's been really interesting, very insightful and inspiring. And here we are right now. I am so happy to be here today. It is an interesting, a very, very interesting time for us because, we've just rolled out the womenOpreneur tribe leaders who are actually mentors to all our registrants who are basically women from so many different industries and from the expertise and also the industry experts as well. So yes, we are really, really excited, and I'm really excited to be here today. Thank you.
Yes, and it is womenOpreneur Singapore Malaysia version it's a project of Go Global Business School and organized by AdMy. So this is when we point to our logos, right? This is mine and that is yours and my concept. And why we are doing this session and why we have put together this series is primarily to create visibility and to really hear these tribe leaders share their vision and their expertise with the world and empower more people to be part of the journey. And today we have to do this session with Miss Vanitha because she's the forerunner, she's the torchbearer, and she's been doing some amazing work with the tribe leaders and as well as sharing her knowledge in reaching out to people. So today's session is, see how quickly she jumped into about tribe leaders and talking about everybody else very selflessly because the interview is about her and she's not even, focusing on that. She's so excited about sharing about the tribe leaders and everything. And that's where we really love your spirit, your enthusiasm, and your heart to see the big picture of what's possible for not just women, because we know that this is not just about women. It's about empowering women into global space where we all play together on the same ground. So we want to talk about Miss Vanitha. We don't want to talk about women tribe leaders for the moment. Is that okay?
Okay.
So we want to know, Miss Vanitha, we want to know.
It's actually really weird, Dr. Azeeza, that, I kind of brand and strategize people, but then when it always comes to me talking about me, it's a little bit like, what do I say now? But yeah, I'm sure, I'm all ready to talk about me.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. So, you have been quite I would say a very upfront and the word loud is coming to me, but it's loud with purpose in the way that you speak and you speak up in a powerful way where people can get to see. And that's what's needed in the media and in the environment, in the PR space and everything. And you're so clear on the message that you're setting out to people and the stand you take. So share with us a little bit about what brought you. And And not to forget, you're a lawyer by profession. So can you share with us what made you come into this industry?
Oh, wow. Honestly, Azeeza, I've done so many things in the last 30 years of my life. It's actually been a very interesting journey. I think when I did my law degree and then I went into lecturing law, it was something that I did because at that particular moment I wasn't sure really which direction I was going. I mean, you do your degree and you go, yes, I'm going to be a lawyer and I'm going to be really good at it, and I'm going to, I know, do amazing things being a lawyer. But somewhere after I'd graduated and I had my degree in hand, I needed to kind of take a step back and go, is it really something I want to do? Is it something that I would be happy doing? So kind of took a bit of a, like maybe 6 months. I took a little bit of time to just kind of reflect on things that I was going to be doing. And then along the way, of course, I had an opportunity to start lecturing. So I lectured an undergrad program for business. I was teaching business law. So it's a very interesting journey for me, to be able to go from there and then putting what I'd learned at that, and I just had graduated. Immediately I went into work, and it was really weird because the students were they were like maybe 2-3 years younger than I was. So it was a very interesting journey to kind of go through that. But yeah, along the way, I've done so many things. But I think one thing remained through my whole journey was the fact that I always loved writing. I read and I loved writing. Just anything that I picked up, I could just create and craft different things. So that kind of led me to, I think, PR. And I always say I'm a PR practitioner by accident. I never even thought I would take this direction. But I did because it was something that was thrown at me. People were asking me to write things for them, to organize things for them. And, I started doing events, luxury events, where people started, asking me to invite media, invite friends and everything. So it kind of really was what I would say a progression that kind of grew, very nicely, subtly, but nicely, till, I thought, well, I'm here, I am, I might as well start a company and see where this goes. Always never having an intention to get to where I am, because I have always just kind of ridden through the whole land, taken through the waves and gone with it, and with the flow.
Go with the flow.
But yeah. Yes, I've always gone with the flow. There wasn't really a set plan that, okay, in 5 years, this is what I should achieve, or 10 years, this is what I should achieve. That's exactly why when I met you and Mr. Aipadas, it was very interesting to for you to put everything in perspective for me. And it was like, okay, never thought of my business this way, because I really, really am a big, strong believer of having or doing things with passion. And I love what I do. So, and I love writing, I love creating, I love strategizing, and just kind of taking nothing and making it into something, because, that's what creative people do. And I've really enjoyed it. So it doesn't work for me. It really is something, I would say, I don't know, maybe it's just something that, I like doing on a daily basis. We do different things. We have hobbies, we do different things. So I'm just lucky, I suppose.
When you talk about pen and writing, and one of my friends, when I Facebook it, they say my words have energy, and you are speaking just about that. Words have energy, and you've given a lot of meaning to the words, especially if you make it as a career, as a business. And I want to ask you, in this journey of putting PR and media together, what is the most important thing that people need to know when they're doing business, making that noise of their business? What maybe you can give us some ideas on that.
So really, I think PR really, it's about communication. What are we doing? What is public relations? Public relations is really taking your brand, your product or your service and, putting it out there so people know it. And how do we put it out there? We put it out there through successful communication. And that is so important, because a lot of times, I think the one thing we don't understand, and that's something that we should use through everything we're doing, especially in business, is having good communication, successful communication. Because really, at the end of the day, I am a strong believer, and I feel that successful communication really tells a consumer or the person who's with you who you really are. it makes you stand out, you know, and it helps you also build trust and relationship. So with all these things together, I think that is really what PR is, you know, me taking someone's brand, someone's product, service, and you know, putting it out there to the world. And how do I do that? I do that with the right technique, which is the right communication. So it's not like one thing fits all. So, you know, if you have a certain brand, the one thing I always ask the client is, tell me your brand story, or tell me about your product, tell me about your service. What is it? How did you start it? And what is it that makes your brand, product, or service really different? Because we need to find that USP, that unique selling point, or you know, that unique selling thing that puts your brand or your service or your product makes it different, puts it out there. So that's very important, and that's how I usually use my way of doing it is to use the right communication. So the moment I know about your product, the moment I know what it is, it's easy for me to then take it and communicate it to the public, you know, and then just use the right media, right platforms.
Using the right platform is very crucial. I think that's what's happening. And, you know, being an industry leader, I call you you are a PR visionary, and a lot of things is going in your mind about creating a picture bigger than, you know, many PR people or media people. What do you see the evolution of the industry has become right now?
Wow, I think when you talk about evolution, this last 6 months, we have probably seen one of the biggest evolutions, you know, really. Everything has changed, right? The way we live, the way we do things, the way we conduct our lives and businesses and our families has really changed, you know. It just took a minute virus to just kind of, you know, come in and change everything. So, but I'm someone who believes that everything happens for a reason, you know, because if it didn't happen, a lot of us would not have seen things differently. You know, I think most of us now are in survival mode, you know, because of everything that's happened in 6 months that we didn't expect to happen. And we are now in survival mode. So when you're in survival mode, there's only one way, and the one way is up. And how and what do you do, and how you are going to transform yourself sets you apart, you know, and some of us survive, others don't. So I think it's about very quickly understanding your position, where you are. It doesn't matter if you've lost your job or your business has gone in, you know, bust or whatever. It doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, I always tell people, when you're down there, the only way is up. There's no more down. You can go any lower than that. You just have to go up. So, you know, it's a matter of you looking up and seeing what you can do. And each of us has something unique to give. Here, I was talking about the USP. Each of us has something so unique, you know, and just work on that. You know, you yourself can PR yourself. That's the most important thing sometimes. It's about branding you. And when you brand you, again, like I talked about communication, it's how you talk, how you position yourself. Even the way we are communicating now has changed, right? In 6 months, a lot of us even, you know, react and communicate differently with the people we are with. And I always feel the one big thing that needs to be there with everyone doing business is empathy. You know, if we don't have empathy and we don't necessarily put that out there, how can we then grow as a community?
That's right. Very well said.
That we have empathy.
Oh no, we're kind of like losing you. So we're kind of losing her.
That
we lost you there.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yes, you're back.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, it's really about, you know, understanding your situation and making the best or doing the best you can, you know, and it's no longer, it's my business. So I am going to keep this and I am going to earn the things. It's now about creating that community where you can work together and everyone shares the pie. So that's very important. And that's
Yes, and so when we talk about the media industry right now, in the last 6 months, you say a lot of evolution has happened. And what do you see the direction of the media? Because, you know, in our conversations, you did mention that some of the media companies are closing down and all of those stuffs are happening. And anyone who's coming online, welcome. And all of you, I think quite a lot of people are online. You have not said hello. just share with us if you have any questions. You
Hi.
can put it up. We can
Yes,
we
please.
can say it if it's enough time. Bad these
Hi,
days.
everyone. Hello, good evening.
That's right.
Good evening, everybody.
So if you can share with us, what do you feel is the evolving part of the industry in the media, in the PR? Because right now, like, people cannot enter Malaysia. Does that mean that we cannot launch their business in Malaysia? How does it work? And, you are an expert. I love the enthusiasm you have for Malaysia and Malaysians to grow as well. So please share on that.
Well, I think very simply that now it's not as if it's a do or die or dead end situation with anything. I mean, we just have to get a little bit more creative with the way we do things. Yes, media companies, there's still a lot of, publications that still do print, but majority of the media has now migrated to online. So we have a lot of media that is already online. And I think the best way for us to actually, like you asked me, how do we launch a product? I mean, people are already doing launches online. It's quite interesting because people are coming up with innovative ways to do launches online. So, a Zoom launch, Microsoft Team launch, it's just really interesting how people come up with ideas and different, putting together different things just to make it interesting. So yeah, we can't do too much, but of course we can still launch. We can launch different things, and we can actually, launch your products or service or whatever, but just make it interesting. And as I said, I think the one thing that is basically changed in a lot of ways is how we are using communication, or how we are communicating things. All of us are now online, and I think social media plays such an important role. A lot of people now are no longer even using media as such. They're just taking on and hiring social media consultants to do different things, do campaigns on different platforms that applies to them, whether it's a LinkedIn or your YouTube. You can make videos on YouTube, or you have your Instagrams or your Facebook. So yeah, all those things are actually now becoming so much more entertaining, I like to say, because there's so much happening right now on social media. So yeah, I think the key to anything is just to be creative, innovative, and to just start looking at things differently. You have everything right now. All you need is probably a phone and a computer and internet, and you can do whatever you want to do.
So this is where I want to ask you, as one of the final questions is, how do you see the media industry developing? What are you doing in your space, and what can we offer our audience and the listeners who will be listening to this, as well as the recorded version?
Well, I only think one thing. And this is something that I tell everyone who actually comes to me and says, "What can I do right now?" The first thing you have to now do, again, like I said, is to be able to change your mindset. You have to change the way you're looking at anything that you're doing right now. The moment you change the way you're looking at things and the way you're doing things, it's going to change everything in the long run, because we are no longer living our old lives. We are in the new normal, and as the faster you appreciate that, the faster you recognize that, the faster you're going to move forward. And there's so many things, in terms of, pushing your brand or your product or your business forward. There's so many things available right now. If you cannot, or you don't know how to brand or strategize or even transform your business, there's all of us PR people a call away. That's exactly what you should be doing, and and because things have changed, of course, budgets have changed as well. So a lot of people will be thinking, oh my God, hiring a PR person may be too expensive. No, we can work with you and make sure that everything that we do is for the benefit of your product, your brand, your business, your company, and yourself. So yeah, I think it's like I said, it's about building that community. We need to work together, and together, I think we can create amazing things, and that's what's important.
Yes, and this is the time we need to announce to everybody, right? Because in your partnership with us, we have generated about 300 qualified leads within like 3 weeks, and with $0 investment.
Yeah,
Yeah. So talk about that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
this is the time we want to empower people joining hands with the womenopreneur platform in your own area of specialization. And as we talk about Miss Vanitha sharing her PR expertise, because she's holding the torch and she's making sure all the different verticals are being put into limelight. As you can see, she's so excited about all these progress happening in the industry. So we are inviting people who are expertise in different industries, including the PR media people who want to work hand in hand and to create your own visibility. That's why we have put it down as this is the Global Visibility Program. And this is with the tribe leaders who are already in the business, and with AdMy concept in Malaysia, together with our project on Go Global Business School, we are reaching out to business people, especially women who are already experts in your own industry, to join hands. And then we have a lot of exciting growth, visibility, and visibility with people seeing you regularly, seeing your consistency and your expertise. You create a lot of credibility in the work that you do, and then all the profits are there for you to make when you know how to do it, right? So we're here to support that journey. And Ms. Vanitha, you want to add on to this and how you see this journey going for the womenopreneur tribe leaders?
Thank you. I see it, growing leaps and bounds. I think there's a lot of things happening, and we have amazing ladies on the platform, and we call them the tribe leaders. They are mentors, and it's actually very, very interesting how each of them come from different, really, really different industries, and they're all really geared and excited, and we are excited to take this to the next level. And again, I think I have to kind of echo what Dr. Azeeza said about the fact that I don't even, in the last 2 months, we have had zero investment put into this, and yet we generated leads. We have also
created business. Oh no, also, there's a suspense. She didn't say also what. Please hold on. She'll come back and complete it. Yes, ladies and men.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
It's raining. It's raining. It's raining.
Okay. You said generated leads.
Crazy things. So yes.
You said leads and also, and then gone. So give us the suspense answer.
We generated leads. We have grown online even organically. We have had, even without any investment, and it was just amazing, because everything that we did, it was just the right strategy of putting it out there, and everything was being shared and reshared, and shared again. So it's amazing how you can actually use, if you do it right, if you strategize right, if you understand and your USP. It's a matter of just pulling it out, doing it right, and putting it out there, and I can guarantee you it will create a lot of buzz.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. I think everybody is geared towards listening to all the tribe leaders over the next Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we have a lot of friends who have said hello to us. Yes. And I know this is going to go viral, because those who are watching this, please share it, because we really want to reach out to many, 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 many people in Asia and the world, because the Womenopreneur online series and all the programs that we're doing is free of cost. And then we add value by coming together as a community, and a lot of success stories are coming out of it within the short period of time. So thank you so much, Ms. Vanitha, for the amazing being you are, the enthusiasm, the heart, and the clarity you bring to the table, with so much of focus on intention and creating the results which matters the most. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you very, very much. And I'm so looking forward to doing a lot more. I'm so looking forward to connecting with all of you. If you have any questions, please go on our Womenopreneur Facebook page. You can always type in some questions if you have any, even now or later on, and we'll do our best to answer all those questions, right? Yes. So thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you again.
One most important thing that Ms. Vanitha, your trainerpreneur, your programs on PR and marketing, which I think you have just given at the tip of the iceberg, the programs will be available on Global Sparks, that people can go there and purchase it and also benefit from the materials and make available consulting work with you. So that's wonderful. We'll put in all the links into the chat box. Thank you so much, everyone.
We will, for sure. Yes. And I'm very, very different. So, yep, look forward to seeing you again on Thursday, yes, 9:30 with our next tribe leader.
Yes, great. Thank you. Have a
Thank
great,
you very
great weekend. Great week. Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Great weekend, right?